The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your Certified Wholistic Health Coach. I revitalize people's health by helping them identify the root causes of their health problems and create a custom holistic national strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, and diagnose any diseases. I certainly can make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life so much more. And did you know that intermittent fasting takes out the trash? It does. It clears out the dead cells and it helps repair cells as well. Why Fast is an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming and in turn boosts your metabolism. It's unique with high-dense nutrition and nutrients and has a whole program behind it. You can start this at any time as a natural part of all my programs, and you can do it as a standalone by itself. If you want more information, go to my link tree, either email or set up an appointment at https://www.debi, DEBI, changes, CHANGES, lives, LIVES.com, like the name of the show, /linktree, all in lowercase, and we will talk. And at the same link tree, you can email me to purchase a copy of my #1 bestseller book, Women Rising. It's a collection of several transformational stories of women, including myself, and it's a great gift for someone that's struggling. You can get a copy for $20 or a signed copy for $25. Just email me, and once I receive that and the payment, I'll send you the book. Secure your spot on my beach reveal retreat that includes my 6-month weight release program with a few months for maintenance and accountability, where you get a chance to write your transformational story in a chapter of a book at the House of Influence Retreat Center in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Use this program as a celebratory award to spark your emotion and passion and drive you to achieve your health and weight transformation. It's a fun gift of health that you will be so grateful that you took advantage of. My weight release program starts on March 1st, possibly April 4th, wherever the spots get filled. And the retreat in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, you can show the next slide, is actually November 6th through the 13th. Get more details at https://bit.ly, beach with a capital B, reveal with a capital R, show with a capital S, with the numeric 2. And my original episode has a similar link without the number 2. And you're always welcome to reach me at my link tree, either email, but wouldn't it be better to set up an appointment to ask me questions? And I'm more than happy to answer your questions, and that's where you would sign up as well. Today, I am honored to have Becca Dukes as my guest. We'll be discussing how we both became Certified Holistic Health Coach with the Institute of Wholistic Health, which I may refer as IWH. And you don't need that slide. You can keep it just me. And we both were the class of the first graduating class of the Institute of Wholistic Health. She delved further, becoming the assistant of a renowned naturopath and the director of student services for the Institute of Wholistic Health. It's interesting how this journey has changed us. She became a mother at an early age and has some challenges, obviously. And despite, some disappointments, she shares her story and helps people find their purpose and supports a community. With me, I personally was a video producer before my son was born, and I became a stay-at-home mom because my mom was declining from dementia to Alzheimer's, and my son needed many medical appointments as an infant. I lost myself in weight, and my health transformation drove me with passion and desire to revitalize people's health. And I do put a helping hand into communities as well. Our paths crossed before the establishment of the Institute of Wholistic Health, and we became friends. Becca is a mentor to me. And this show started because she was so successful with her own show, Daily with Doc, which we'll discuss in a few minutes. So let's welcome Becca Dukes, the Director of Student Services from the Institute of Wholistic Health, to my show, and so much more. So Becca, come on to the show.
Becca was having internet issues. She'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, what's really great about us being a certified holistic health coach, it looks like she's back. Yay! I was going to start, but that's okay. Thank you for making it back.
Turned everything else off. So it's like, what happened?
Life happens, right? When we least expect it. Becca, could you explain what the Institute of Wholistic Health is and why it started?
So the Institute of Wholistic Health was founded by 3 people who really had a passion to help people. And when it came to helping people, you got to look at what is causing people to have like miserable moments in life. And a lot of things come down to health and nutrition. So these 3 people, one of them being Dr. Joel Wallach, one of the founding fathers, and of the science of epigenetics, which is the science that proves the genetic theory of transmission is incorrect. And he started a company that formulated nutrition products that he couldn't find anywhere. So as a way to promote the products themselves, then he found Cheryl Morley, another one of the founders of the Institute of Wholistic Health. And she was one of the first people to help distribute the products. Then they found Paul Croto, who has a master's in nutrition and also very much into wanting to help people in all areas of life. So the 3 of them put together the Institute of Wholistic Health. It focuses on the research and teachings of Dr. Wallach, looking at all 4 areas of health and the underlying causes to symptoms that are negative within those 4 areas of health. And it all came down to nutritional deficiencies. And they wanted a way to be able to train what Dr. Wallach calls an army. And they created this crusade to help people learn about nutrition and also how to teach them to teach others about nutrition as well.
Exactly. And I've learned so much in the process of, the years I've been with underneath Dr. Wallach, as well as the Institute of Wholistic Health. So how does IWH optimize people's health and help them to find their purpose?
Well, the nice thing about IWH is because it's teaching people to help themselves, as they start helping themselves, they just get that energy and desire to want to help others. And the IWH teaches them how to do that in a way that is more gentle, for a way to say. And then meeting people where they're at. because not everybody understands that there are other options, nor do they understand that you can take baby steps to create a healthier health journey. A lot of people think that just because their grandparents or their parents had a certain condition or health conditions, that they're going to do that too. And they start on that journey thinking and kind of claiming that for themselves. And with the Institute of Wholistic Health, we look at more than just the physical, but we also go into the mental and the spiritual, and letting people understand that we have more power than we think about our outcome. And emotions has a lot to do with that as well.
Yes, emotions can weigh people down. So it's really important to release those emotions, because if you release those emotions, you also release stress.
Yes.
So that's so very important. So that's why I help people with mind, body, and soul. And I help people with mindset and emotional coaching as well, which I started before Institute of Wholistic Health, but that's okay. I learned more because, Paul Croto is a great trainer that has, background in different people's philosophies. So that was wonderful. So obviously I love being a part of the Institute of Wholistic Health community. And what I love about it is that all our coaches kind of help each other out if we have an issue or a question. And with this, we are able to help people be healthier by reducing symptoms. And can you explain how we are able to be a part of a paradigm of reducing the need of pharmaceuticals?
Well, it's really simple. When we have our health, we don't need those pharmaceuticals. And when there's over 600 different poor health conditions directly linked to nutritional deficiencies, that's the simplest fix of all. You correct those nutritional deficiencies, you reduce your symptoms, you reduce the pharmaceuticals or the need for them, and the body just starts working the way it was designed.
Yes, very much so, because unfortunately our foods are lacking in nutrition due to over farming and where the produce comes from, as well as, the meats that we eat, what exactly those animals are eating. That's why I always, prompt people to eat a clean, toxic-free diet. And I told them that grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chickens, wild-caught salmon are the best proteins to consume if you're going to consume proteins. And obviously they need organic produce as well, but that doesn't tell you that the organic produce is full with the nutrition that it needs. It's declined over the last 70 years. I don't know, about 80%, 70%. So we got to be really careful about what we eat, and we need to fill those gaps. And nutrition is part of nutritional products too, which are supplements. So something that we need to think about, which I never thought I needed until I was as a doornail with energy during my weight loss program. And I got the Healthy Body Start Pack, I'm looking at it going, what is this? And I even asked the weight loss clinic, do I need to continue taking supplements? They said yes. I'm like, okay, I'll try this. Wasn't too enthusiastic at the time. But it made a big difference. Within 4 days, I had a natural sense of energy. And I became a half marathon runner later on when everybody run my whole entire life. So it really helps, So I don't know, you can, if you want to express a little bit of your experience too, you're welcome to.
Oh, please, because as you were talking about yours, I'm thinking, there's so many people that are dealing with migraines, and I had been dealing with them since I was 8 years old. And I was 43, I think, when I found the longevity products or Dr. Wallach. And that was one of the first things to go, because I had been dealing with them every single day. I couldn't remember a day that I did not have some level of migraine to the point of being debilitating. And within 2 weeks, my migraines had gone. And in the last 7 years, I've had maybe 6 headaches. And I know that they were from stress in dealing with life, but not from nutritional deficiencies.
No. And I have to tell you, I've kept my weight. I released a total of 70 pounds, and I kept my weight off for over a decade now. So it's really helped me to not yo-yo.
Oh, absolutely. I've released, I like that word. I've released 100 pounds using Dr. Wallach's nutrition, and learning about the good foods, bad foods list just expedited the release of the weight. And not only did it expedite the release of the weight, but my clarity in thinking, my energy, my digestive issues. People don't realize that, yes, you're supposed to, have a bowel movement every single day. And if you're eating 3 meals, 3 bowel movements per day.
People don't realize that.
Yeah, you don't realize it. And I had gone from having to know where the bathroom is because I never knew when something was going to hit.
And with everything I've learned, it's wonderful, because I've been having problems since my 20s, and talking about digestive health, and I automatically stopped eating things with oils because I thought it was cream, but it was really oils that was causing my digestive problems, because it releases free radicals into your system and creates a lot of inflammation, which can promote a leaky gut. And when I did my keto program, as soon as I released 50 pounds, I released a whole bunch of toxins from my fat. And then all of a sudden I can eat dairy and all this other stuff. I was never able to do that before. So it's really important to have a clean diet. So to get back to the coaching program, unless you want something else to say.
Well, I was just going to say something, because you were touching on organic, and organic not necessarily being healthy. Yes, it removes a lot of the toxins and chemicals that are used within growing the food. But the nutrition is still not there.
It's not there.
And you had mentioned the pasture raised chicken eggs and chicken. Just because it says cage free is not enough. They have to be able to go outside and naturally forage for the food themselves, because that's where you're going to get the most nutrition from what you're taking in from that product. So, and then the grass fed as well.
Yeah.
Making sure that it's grass fed, organic, not pumped full of hormones, because when you eat something that's pumped full of hormones and antibiotics, it's like an injection right into your own body.
It is.
And it affects your health as well, and your digestion.
Exactly. And it's interesting. Australia has better eggs than we do. I just want to let you know that.
Now I'm going to have to go visit.
Their yolks are a lot more orange than ours, and they taste better too. But the pasture-raised chicken eggs are the best that we have. So I got to tell you that much. But to get back to the coaching program, what's great about the coaching program, once you sign up, there's also ongoing education. It's part of the program. Can you give us some insights how people can, look at the ongoing coaching program after they do the course?
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of courses out there to choose from, and I have looked into those and included starting some of them. And with the Institute of Wholistic Health, not only do they teach you about nutrition, but they also teach you about solutions. And then they provide, like you said, that ongoing coaching community where you can be plugged in. We've got multiple different ways to communicate with each other. And as we are working with clients and kind of stuck or not quite sure what to recommend, we can bounce ideas off of each other. Some of the senior coaches, including myself, who, as you mentioned, I am the assistant to Dr. Joel Wallach, his personal assistant, and make sure that you as coaches are getting the information you need for the best possible outcome when working with your clients. And that's something you don't get with other programs. And it's at no additional charge.
Yeah.
That's might be the best part.
Yeah, that's the best part. But there's also other naturopaths that you can, reach out and,
Yes.
and watch their information. We have Dr. Joanne Conaway. We have Dr. Laura Dennison, who's been on my show, and I had Randy Shannon on last, a few weeks ago, and she's just phenomenal.
Fabulous. I love her.
And also, we have Dr. Peter Glidden. And of course, compound pharmacist Ben Fuse is fabulous too. He is so
One of
knowledgeable.
my best friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of information that you can touch on and get the information from them. Now, beyond helping ourselves and our families, how does someone make an impact in their community?
By sharing your own experience to start and
Yes.
being out. For me, I was afraid to leave the house. Not just afraid, but I didn't have the energy. I hurt too bad to leave the house.
Mhm.
And then have that passion kind of fueled inside of you because of the energy that you feel in a positive way that you want to share it.
Mhm.
So just sharing your own experiences in your communities, or being out and involved and having people know where you were to where you are now, and then asking questions, that's the start. And you're just planting seeds and watering. And the nice thing about having a program and being a certified holistic health coach, it gives you a little credibility into what you are sharing. And people just start to listen when you have that certified holistic health coach behind your name, or CWHC,
Mhm.
because it's a certification you can trust,
Right.
and solutions that work.
Exactly. And I do networking and things like that as well, and programs like this. Plus, I've actually been asked to talk at some chamber meetings and things like that. So I've been working on presentations. Now, something came up with about wild-caught salmon. And unfortunately, wild-caught salmon, the farm salmon has escaped in some places and can be like considered wild caught, but you can really tell by the flesh of the meat whether it's a wild caught salmon or not. So look for the rich color, and also look for the texture of the salmon, so that you know that you have the best salmon possible. So that's something I suggest. I actually wrote an article, a blog post on that, as well as a blog post about pasture raised chicken eggs and all that stuff, and the comparison between US and Australia. So I have that on my blog. So someone brought that up, so I thought I would address it.
That was a great question. I saw that pop up.
Yeah. So now what's great about our community is like what you said, and then we can work with our communities, contact our churches or synagogues or whatever, and help people. Just get out there, like you said. But does everybody need to make a business out of coaching, or can they just use this program as a self-development tool, like a personal development tool for health and mindset?
Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of people that just take the course for their own knowledge. Knowledge is power. And when you arm yourself with more power and more knowledge, it not only, saves your bank account, because what you do now affects your tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're doing it for yourself, for your community, or your family, it's well worth it. And then getting a thank you check for sharing with your community is always a nice bonus, but it's not required.
It's not required. Yeah. But they're going to learn so much. And I know there's a lot of other people that, are just doing the health coaching program because they're actually professionals in the medical field, or even in alternative health. They just want that little thing, little certification as part of their little tool of tricks, so to speak. And so, you've had some chiropractors and some, you had other doctors.
One of my favorites is I have a retired oncology surgeon.
Oh.
And she, through her time as a surgeon, she had shared with me, people would come in, I would see their list of pharmaceuticals, and her focus was on breast cancer. And I would see 1 or 2 different pharmaceuticals when I first started. She said by the time I ended, they would have more than a dozen list of pharmaceuticals. And she took some spouts of time where she did research between her theater, in theater, in the operating room. And she's like, I started seeing that the more they added pharmaceuticals, the higher the occurrence of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And that got her looking into more alternative type modalities, which are not alternative, folks. We're starting back at the basics and bringing that back into our life. And she herself then got on a nutritional program because she started having problems. She actually had to stop surgery, retire from surgery because of some medical issues that she was having. We got her on a program, and now she's opened her clinic, doing alternative modalities, bringing her medical knowledge in and incorporating the nutritional side into it really heavy and helping more people. And she said, I love being able to see start to finish and having positive results, knowing that what I'm doing is not causing damage. That's one of my favorites.
That probably is just such a relief, because she was seeing the incline and all these, medications and stuff that was, if you think about it, it's like a foreign body entering your system that your body's kind of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about the oils, I mean, restaurant food it doesn't agree with me in my early 20s, remember? And I used to travel a lot. I was traveling, 43 weeks out of the year. And it just did a number to me. So can you imagine a synthetic chemical, what it's doing to people? Your body is fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
And when your body's fighting it, it becomes fatigued. And it can become chronic.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about, really. And plus, I've had bad reactions to medication anyway. So I kind of, before I even started this journey, I just was, avoiding medications every turn I went. And when I took care of my mom, during dementia to Alzheimer's, I didn't know this information. And she was on 16 meds.
Yeah.
And I asked the doctor why. And he started taking her off, but still was on quite a few meds. So I wish I knew this information when I was growing up. I wish I knew this information from my mom. I wish I knew this information from my son when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
That has really benefited him so much that I found out, when he was like 9 years old.
Which, my mom, whenever I started on this journey, she was well into her 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And we got her on a program because she was looking at, her iron levels were so low that she did have to have transfusions. She was on several different medications. I don't even remember the number of them, but some of them were to counteract the side effect of another. And we were able to get her off all of her medications. She now goes in and the doctor asks her, well, what are you using to control your blood pressure? She's like, vitamins. What are you using for pain? I don't have any pain, and even though she's got post-polio syndrome, which can be very devastating with pain, she has some of the signs of it, physical, but not the ones that you feel.
Exactly.
And she's very thankful of it. And at 84 years old, I'm very thankful that I still have my mama.
Yes, that's a blessing. My mom passed away when she was 83, but I didn't know any of this stuff. So
yeah.
What can I say?
It's not too late for those that are listening. whether it's for yourself or a loved one, it's not too late, and it's never too early to start.
No, it's never. I didn't start until I was 49. So it's made a big difference in my life, and people are amazed by me. And they say, "You're like the poster child." I'm like, "Well, thank you."
You and I both, sister.
Yes. So, one thing that you mentioned, this coaching program, you can make an income, and it's different for everybody, but having that extra cash really is helpful. What I love about this coaching program is that there's incentives too. And I know you're able to experience some great retreats, Becca.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give us some insights what these retreats were like?
Oh, goodness. So I've qualified for many retreats, many trips. Some of them I wasn't able to go on. But I mean, when you've got it all expense paid to Cabo San Lucas or Puerto Vallarta, is pretty nice. We've also done some retreats out on the Outer Banks. I think we've had 3 or 4 to the Outer Banks, which is just an incredible time of bonding with people with like minds and learning at the same time as we're doing leadership and leadership development and skill development as well. It's fantastic. And just having that community that you can continually, no matter where you're at, plug into and just build those friendships is incredible. And they're lasting friendships. I have people that I met 7 years ago in this company that my friendships with them have just gotten stronger and stronger.
And I'm one of them. And it's, even though you don't make the incentive, it just drives you to generate the business and move forward and do something about it. So I enjoy the incentives, and one of these days I'll be able to do one of these things. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, you will.
Looking forward to it. Now we've had discussed, what? Did you say something? No.
Nope. I said, I know you will, is what I said.
Great. Now we discussed earlier Daily with Doc. It has become a hit and it's growing. So do you want to explain your program and where it can be seen?
So Daily with Doc is a program that I put together at the beginning of when this current health scare started, when Dr. Wallach was shut down from being able to travel because he was traveling 300 days a week, a year, over 300 days a year, and doing live presentations. And I'm like, I can't just let him sit there. So my team and I came together and brought a weekly show, which started out as Ask Doc Live, and then decided to do a daily show with Dr. Wallach, where we got him on Zoom. We now have, through the Critical Health News channel, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Patreon, Spotify, Amazon Music. And just this week, we have launched our TV app on the Apple TV, Roku TV, and also Fire TV, which I'm super excited about. So you can find us there. Just do a search for Daily with Doc or Daily with Doc and Becca, and you will find us. And yes, on most Fridays, we have our Pharmacist Fridays, which we feature pharmacist Benjamin Fuchs, one of my dear friends, and just bringing an opportunity for people to learn. And these sessions are based on questions that we get in on different health topics. And then we also have Q&A at the end of each show.
Yes. And, I love listening to it, and also learning new things. And also a refresher of things I've learned in the past. It's reminding me. And that's what's great about this, ongoing training, is that it just kind of drips into your mind. Yes, Daily with Doc empowers people's health. And I was on somebody else's show, and I was telling, well, you can learn this from Ben. And we're talking about autophagy. And you can learn this from Ben, you can learn from Laura Dennison, you can learn from, Dr. Wallach. And as it drifts back into your mind, it's really a wonderful experience to really solidify it. And people have come up to me saying, "You're an encyclopedia of health." They'll like ping me with a question. I go, "Oh, you can do X, Y, X, Y, Z." And they're like, "Wow." So it's amazing how that knowledge will come out when you need it, So I've learned a lot. And being a half marathon runner, I've learned a lot in this, in being an athlete too, but I never thought I'd be an athlete before. So I am so grateful that this came into my life and I can share it with others, which leads me to that you can make a difference in your own life, your family's health, and making a big impact in your community by becoming a certified holistic health coach. And if you can show that slide, become a certified holistic health coach, Rebel, you would go to this link, which is https://bit.ly, bit.ly/certified with a capital C, holistic with a capital W, H with a capital, health with a capital H, coach with a capital C, and then a capital I for info, all as one word. And you'll get more information. Plus, you're always welcome to ask me questions. And, Rebecca already talked about Daily with Doc. So just to tell you, let me just read out that link there for you. It's a great program, and her times are 12 p.m. on certain days, and she'll have different health alternative experts coming in, like she said, Ben Fuchs and Dr. Wallach, and she will have other professionals as well. So it's 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And again, that's https://bit.ly/d with a capital D for daily with, just as it is, and a capital D for doc, all spelled as one word. And I'll send you to a place where you can get more information and tell them I referred you, because I really did refer you. And Becca, we have a few more minutes that we can discuss some things. Is there one last closing remark you'd like to say before I have to close the show?
My closing remark is, there's a lot of ways that we can take shortcuts in life. And when we take shortcuts in our health, it shows. Just realize that you are worth the greatest investment of all times, and that is into you, yourself, and your health. Take the time to figure out what it is that could be the underlying deficiencies that's causing poor health conditions in your life. And for those of you that want to prevent them, there's a lot you can do now. It's a whole lot cheaper to be reactive or proactive than reactive.
Exactly. And I got to say that I've learned so much with this whole entire program, and it's great to be able to ask people like Becca and Paul and Cheryl and everyone else information that you need to know. And I want to thank you, Rebecca, for being my guest. And would you come back again in the future?
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Absolutely. So stick around in case I have more time. So I'm going to wrap up the show now. And if I have more time, I'll bring you back. Okay? All right. Now is the time for you to better your health. Use my Beach Reveal Retreat as a celebratory award to spark your passion and emotion that will drive you to achieve your health and weight transformation. And with this fun gift, by purchasing this fun gift of health, the program covers my weight release program that you see here on the slide, as well as guidance of you writing your transformation story in a chapter of a book at the retreat center, the House of Influence in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So you will get guidance on writing your book. You'll get coaching from me, that 6 month and a couple months of accountability. And also at this House of Influence, it includes the accommodations, the foods, the fun activities, and excursions with that guidance. Also includes the publishing cost and how to market your book. You're welcome to look for more details at these episodes, https://bit.ly/beach reveal show. And that's a capital B for beach, capital R for reveal, capital S for show with a numeric 2 at the end. And the original show doesn't have the 2 at the end. And you're welcome to reach out to me with questions via email or probably better in person, right? An appointment at my link tree, which is www. Well, actually, there's a HTTPS / before www. Debi, Debi Changes Changes Lives lives.com, like the name of the show / link tree, all in lowercase, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And you can set up an appointment. You can set up an appointment with me, where you can either with email or with an appointment to get more information about the YFAST, intermittent fasting program, that will get your bodies and cells humming in terms of your metabolism. It is unique with high-dense nutrition, nutrients, and it has a whole program behind it. It's a natural part of all my programs, and you can do it as a standalone. So you can reach out to me to ask me these questions via email or appointment link from that link tree, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. At that same link tree, you can set up an appointment for a complimentary consultation where you get to know me, I get to know you, and I will guide you to optimize your health. At that same appointment link, you will have my services. If you could show the ZytoLink slide. I have several ZytoScan capabilities, but the ZytoLink is great for someone that's remote. And what that is a transdermal optical imaging device. It's actually an app that I send you a link to your phone that you can scan your face for 30 seconds. And it scans your body in areas of functional, energetic, and emotional, and different body systems and lifestyles. And it gives you a report with biomarkers out of range and services and products that are brought back into range. When you use these services and products, I will go through this report with you because it's quite intensive, and I'll give you a little discount with my services. Now, I've kept my packages for my family packet where you can get 5 scans for the price of 4, and you'll be saving $50 because normally the scan is $50. So get your ZytoLink scan, see what that's all about. And I also do a health evaluation that's actually free. So you could do either one, okay? And you can go to that same link tree and get a copy of my #1 Amazon bestselling book, Women Rising. And that's a collection of several women's transformational stories, including my own, that it's actually a great gift for someone that's struggling. So you can get a copy for $20 or a signed copy for $25. And you just email me at that link tree that I mentioned before. And once I get the email and payment, I'll send out the book to you. Finally, you can also subscribe to my newsletter to know more about my upcoming promos, events, and future shows. And when you do that at https://bit.ly/radio TV show, all in lowercase, I'll send you a gift, which is my 30-day health and mindset daily action journal, where you can record your gratitude, your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions, as well as the food that you ate, the water you drank, and the exercise you've done, and also track your measurements. It's a great journal. It's a health and wellness journal where you can see your wins and celebrate them. And you can see your gaps that you can work on. If you need help bridging your gaps, then you can contact me for your coaching. and I'm more than happy to help you. Now, I have a little bit more time, so I'm going to bring Becca back to see if she wants to say anything else before I completely close out the show.
Can I go on your retreat?
Yes, if you pay for it. Sign up for it, because space is limited, it really is. I have 10 spots. That's it.
All right, folks, if you want to go on this retreat, make sure you get signed up before me.
Yes, it's going to be fun, Becca. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Julie Ann is actually a TEDx speaker, and she's published over 300 best-selling authors. So she just knows how to get that story out of you.
That's
and
awesome.
there's a possibility that we could be part of a Roku channel too, if people want to do it.
Yep, it's fun. It's exciting. It's super exciting. Debi, you are doing such a fantastic job starting with radio and your podcast. I just see great things coming for you, my dear. It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay. Well, we still have some more time. We have about 4 minutes, and then I say a couple of things, and that's it. So, yeah, that retreat is going to be really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to it, because we get to go there in November, and they're close to the equator, so it's going to be warm. And what she's going to do is immerse us in the Mexican culture.
Mm.
So, and her retreat center, if you look at the colors, it's based on the Mexican colors and stuff, yellows and blues and things like that. And there's a famous artist that she talks about, and anyways, and a lot of celebrities used to go there to Puerto Vallarta, and it's something that's going to just be a blast. And I guess it's at Lee lines that help you with being a healthier person. I don't know. She needs to explain that better than I can, being at the equator. But I just love traveling, and it's something I do with my family all the time. And I can bring my family too, because I don't have like a little apartment, so to speak.
I have a question for you, Debi.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever dream that you'd be a certified holistic health coach?
No, I never thought I would do this. I was on a completely different journey, because I was a video producer, and I guess you got muted. Oh, there you go. And I completely switched things up, only because I knew the importance of doing that. So.
And what do you think it's done most for you?
It's really improved my confidence. It's made me happier. I feel more productive. I have a lot more energy. I love running. I've never been able to run as a child or anything else. Mm-hmm. So, it was kind of like when I started easing into running in treadmills, I kind of threw that treadmill out, the treads out the door, and started running outside. And I just love it, because I'm a really outdoor person. But it looks like I got to wrap up the show, so I'm going to do that. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Debi.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being on my show. So I'm certain you found this episode educational and inspiring, and enjoyed it. You're welcome to ask me questions. So continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.